Welcome to another episode of Geeking Analysis, the show will take many aspects of many different universes throughout fiction and analyse them. This week, we'll be delving into the Stranger Things universe for the first time, exploring the covert CIA operation Project MKUltra and its unearthly results. Enjoy! I know it's been out for over a year now, but here's a quick word of warning that there will be spoilers for Stranger Things' Suspicious Minds, since it's expanded universe content and not everyone touches it. You have been warned. MKUltra was a controversial operation designed and conducted by the CIA during the Cold War as a potential weapon in gathering intelligence. The experiments ran from the 1950s to the early 1970s and were conducted across the United States, particularly on unknowing test subjects. These subjects came from all sorts of backgrounds across the states and, to begin with, were mental asylum patients. Many of these patients came from many different areas and backgrounds across the states, with Hawkins being a prime location for MKUltra experiments to be conducted. The town was quiet and very uneventful, being the least suspicious place for potential weapons to be developed. There, they were conducted in the top-secret Hawkins National Laboratory, which was connected to the US Department of Energy and featured a company called Hawkins Power and Light. Its director when MKUltra began there was Dr. Martin Brenner. Dr. Brenner was a cold, calculating lead scientist at the Hawkins National Laboratory. He was driven by a desire to advance the scientific knowledge possessed by the US government in order to combat the Soviets. It was Dr. Brenner who organized the change within the CIA's mind program, switching from using mental asylum patients to handpicking university students. The department had set up facilities at many universities to find potential test subjects who would obliviously undergo various experiments and be exposed to much abuse. This included forceful exposure to high quantities of LSD in its high, physical and mental abuse, sleep deprivation and malnourishment. One such facility was at Indiana University, located in the Hoosier city of Bloomington. Terry Ives was a hand-picked test subject from the uni. There were 4 test subjects who had been selected, including Terry. They were as follows. Gloria Flowers is the heir of the famous Flowers and Gifts, a florist shop located in Bloomington. She wished to attend Indiana University to study biology, which was a passion of hers but was unfortunately denied because of her gender and race. However, she was offered a place in the university on one condition. She participated in the Hawkins laboratory experiment. She took up the offer. Unlike the other participants of the experiment, Gloria didn't possess or develop any abnormal abilities of any degree. Ken was disowned by his supernaturally inclined family upon the revelation of his sexuality. This means he no longer has contact with any family members and has been left to fend for himself. He attends the same university as Terry and Gloria, but unlike Terry at the time and Gloria, Ken had a unique ability. Sixth sense. His sixth sense is extrasensory perception, the ability to receive information without recognized physical sense, i.e. with the mind as opposed to hearing or reading information. However, he could not control his psychic abilities, could receive information and make predictions at any given moment. Many of these predictions become correct and many do rule them out as mere coincidences, which includes his fellow test subjects at first. However, due to the sheer number of predictions that become right, his fellow test subjects do believe him every time. Ken was the first to find out that Andrew Ridge, Terry's former boyfriend, had been killed while fighting in Vietnam. It was his sixth sense that revealed this to him. Unlike her friends from the lab, Alice was from out of town. She came from Larrabee, Indiana, and later moved to Canada. Alice was a mechanic by the time she was selected by Brenner for the lab experiments. During the experiments, Alice went through severe physical and mental abuse through electroshock therapy. This resulted in something unexpected. She could have visions, particularly visions from the future. After the visions Alice experienced, one was rather significant. She saw a hideous petal-mouthed monster, which she was hardly able to decipher. She escaped Indiana and the subjection to MKUltra started experiments in 1970, making her way to relatives in Canada with the help of Terry, Gloria, and Ken. Terry took part in Project MKUltra while unknowingly pregnant with Jane, aka 11. She took part while studying at Indiana University, which was the same university attended by Gloria and Ken, and dating Andrew Rich, her only boyfriend to date. While at Hawkins' laboratory, Terry was under the direct supervision of Dr. Brennan and took high amounts of LSD, a psychedelic mind-altering drug, and becoming sensory deprived in a similar way to 11 while Brenner experimented on her. Along with Ken and Gloria, Terry continued to work as a test subject from 1969 to 1971. Terry did discover she was pregnant in the end. However, it was only a few months in that she discovered this. In June of 1971, she fell into labour and was rushed to hospital by Becky, her sister. There, her baby, who Terry wanted to name Jane, was abducted by Brenner, who intended to experiment on the girl. Brenner covered up his abduction of the girl as Terry having been through a miscarriage in the third trimester. Terry knew differently, but there was no proof. That was until Gloria, who was still in contact with Ken, gave Terry a secret document that contained a picture of her daughter, which was obtained by Ken's boyfriend. Jane was alive and lived in the lab under the direct supervision of Dr. Brenner. After the birth of Jane, who had simply been named as Subject 11, or simply 11, the experiments of MKUltra had been ramped down considerably, both in Hawkins and across the US, and a spin-off of the project, Project Indigo, became the major operation in Hawkins' lab, with many children being subjected to many different experiments, all while under the direct supervision of Dr. Brenner. 11 was arguably the most powerful of all 11 children that were a part of Project Indigo, as she developed both telepathy and telekinesis, which were very powerful. She could lift, pull, or push anything, no matter how heavy it was, including people of all different sizes, train carriages, and even the Mind Flayer itself. 11 was also capable of harming or killing an individual at any time with her telekinetic abilities. She could do anything from breaking their bones and bringing one off their feet, to knocking one unconscious and turning one's brain into soup. However, this would drain any energy she had considerably, particularly when she was unable to control her powers properly. This could lead her to feeling exhausted or even falling unconscious after use. Her telepathic abilities were unmatched. She was capable of seeing into people's heads and memories, as well as locating someone simply from a face on a picture, which she would do on multiple occasions both during and after her time at the lab. Both her telekinetic abilities and telepathic abilities could be used at will, and originally exploited by Dr. Brenner, who aimed to use her as a living weapon and spy on the threat of the USSR. However, her abilities resulted in the end of Project Indigo unintentionally, since 11 was ordered to interact with a monster, the Demogorgon, which she saw during a session in a sensory deprivation tank. This caused the Demogorgon to open a portal, aka the gate, in the lab and escape loose into Hawkins, with 11 managing to escape in the ensuing chaos. And the rest was history. So there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to like and possibly even subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss a video. It really helps the channel and motivates me to continue. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. The links to both will be in the description. On that note, I'll see you in next week's video, and until then, have a good day or night wherever you are. Bye!